Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. They've ranged from building multi-person pogo sticks to hacking chocolate. Any topic, the geeks hold dear. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
So my name's Tony, and for about 4 or 5 years I used to muck about in the Arctic on expeditions. And today I want to talk to you guys about some simple hacks to get you to the North Pole. So still, the cheapest way to do this is via Siberia, and the airline that will take you there is called, I shit you not, Crash Air. Your in-flight meal will be some vodka and an apple. The pilots will smoke next to the refueling, but you'll be fine. So Crash Air can take you about as far as a place called Khatanga, and Khatanga is the arse end of the universe. This is the wild west of Siberia, and there is no law. And you have to negotiate for a helicopter. This means dealing with pilots, managers, bureaucrats, and doing it with dollars can be kind of expensive. So what you need is the little blue passport, otherwise known as Viagra. Believe me, it can open doors. You have to go to your doctor, tell them that you have a latex phobia, and it can get you to the North Pole, I promise. So, you've done that, you've got out, you've got on the ice, you're starting your expedition. What's the first most important thing you have to do? You have to tweet about it, obviously. So some general principles on tech. First, batteries. Anything with an internal battery, that will die in about 2 minutes or so. You need lithium batteries, keep them next to your body, keep them warm. Second thing, no moving parts. Any hard drives will freeze. They simply won't work. You need solid-state drives wherever you go. Thirdly, screens should be very, very small or not have any screens at all. If you do need to use a screen, the thing to do is just at the end of the day, put it over your stove for a little while to heat up first. Finally, Iridium phones are the only phones that are going to work up there. Their bandwidth is minuscule. And their satellites have a habit of falling out of the sky. So good luck with that. So you've got all your tech, and you've tweeted out, although you haven't read any tweets because of the bandwidth. And now you've got to think about how to get to the North Pole, how to execute. And this is about navigation. So we have some problems here. Your GPS has a screen and it has batteries. So that's not going to really last on you if you try to use that. Compass has massive magnetic variation. So that can't really work too. What we tend to use is our watches and the sun. We know that at midday, the sun is going to be due south. 6 a.m. in the morning, due east. 6 p.m. in the evening, due west. So the sun is moving 15 degrees every hour. That means we can use our shadows and some basic math to understand where north is. And that's how we navigate to the North Pole. So navigation is fine, but this is kind of a tough journey to do. And you can get yourself pretty banged up out here. So one of the things you have to worry about is frostbite. Frostbite starts with numbness in the extremities. They go white, then they go black, and that's bad. So if you start to feel it in your fingers, they start to go white, the first thing you have to do is stick it in the warmest place on your body, in your groin. Now, you can't do this with your feet, obviously. You can't stick them in your groin. So what you have to do is stick them in someone else's groin. You'll owe them a favor, but at least means you can still wear flip-flops. So yeah, frostbite, very important. The other big danger out there, of course, is something a bit nastier than yourself, and that is the polar bear. It's the largest land-based carnivore on Earth. It has the world's best sense of smell. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide from it. What's worse as well is in the Arctic, where it's cold, guns jam. Flares fail. Pepper spray freezes. And so often you're not left with very much in the way of options. And you have to use the psychology of the polar bear to try and freak it the fuck out. What you need to do, when you see it coming towards you, is do what's never happened to it before. Everything that's ever seen the polar bear has fled. You don't. You take off your skis. You hold them in a cross shape above your head because they've got poor eyesight. They can't really see. And you're mimicking an attack posture. And you start to walk towards them. And you start shouting really loudly. And just maybe, the polar bear will think this is a little too weird. I've never seen this before. I'm going to go over there. If that doesn't work, try the gun again. So if you can do all that, then you might just make it to the North Pole. And it is a phenomenal experience to feel the entire world revolving beneath you. Every relationship, every war beneath your feet at that point in time. You'll probably be quite happy, and you'll want to share that experience with people. You'll call your family and friends, and the law of the North Pole is you will get voicemails, especially if you're on AT&T. So thank you.